brilliant speed with vibrant service. VIBRANT Broadband Internet.
Yeah, we're here. It must be Wednesday at 10:30. Oh, look at that. It's Wednesday at 10:30.
Just like that.
Look at that. Oh, here in my fancy phone, I took a, what do you call it? Screenshot. Okay. Took a screenshot today. I want to show you what that thing looks like, if I can find it here. Gotta get it in my, library and my categories. Oh, there it is. I just want you to see this lovely picture that I got. Look at that.
Oh, the picture of the three of us.
What do you think?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your new background?
Screen.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I usually have one of my grandkids on there, but now it's going to
move over, grandkid.
Yeah, that's right. The Vibrant crew is here. Yeah, we've got Bo, we got Nathan, and we've got Miss Wagner.
Yeah.
Hi. Now, why Miss Wagner? Why not just Jane? Why?
Sounds like a respectable thing to
It
say.
does. That's just an honor.
Miss.
Yes.
So.
Well, that was a
Not
perfect
ma'am.
lead-in to the show,
Today's
actually.
a good show for you.
Yeah, that's a good show. I mean, actually, what we're going to be doing today is, you get to hear our voices as listeners. You get to maybe see our faces on the YouTube channel, on Facebook, on screenshots on your phone. Mm-hmm. But today, we want to take this opportunity for everyone to get a chance to know us a little bit better as the sales team.
Oh.
So a little get to know you.
Yeah.
Right.
We know not
who you are and who your family is and all that stuff.
Yeah. We know not everybody likes calling, businesses, especially if you think you might get rerouted to out of state or people that aren't local. So we're obviously all located here in town, here in Meeker County, and we want to just kind of let people know that we're local people, who we are behind the scenes.
Yeah. So
who are you?
Well, we're going to start with Nathan. So Nathan, give us a little bit of the background on yourself.
So I grew up in the Twin Cities area, kind of southeast side of the cities, in the Woodbury area, if you're familiar with that. Mm-hmm. And kind of born and raised there, one of 7 kids. So we had a big family. Father was a pastor growing up. Mm-hmm. So a pastor's kid, which I'm not as bad as a lot of pastor kids. I think sometimes that gets a bad rap, but
I don't know.
So growing up, born and raised in the cities. I worked in the cell phone industry for a long time, about 10 years actually. I met my wife in a mutual wedding. Fun fact, we kind of walked down the aisle together as bridesmaid and groomsmen.
You were set up, though.
Yeah.
You were set
We
up.
found out later it was an intentional setup attempt, and it worked out. Because we're married all these years later, and so she went to school to become a dentist in Iowa. She's from Iowa, so I lived in Iowa for 3 years in Iowa City. I loved it there, and then about almost 4 years ago now, we moved to Litchfield when she accepted a job at Litchfield Family Dental as a new dentist. Mm-hmm. She replaced Mike Solbrack, who worked there for a long, long time. Yeah. We moved here about 4 years ago now, and we've not looked back since. And we have 2 young kids, 2-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son.
Oh boy,
keep us extremely busy,
I'm
but
gonna kill you. Busy stuff, right?
But we love it, and they're great kids, and that's kind of a little bit about my background. So
awesome. And how long have you been with the co-op then?
About 3.5 years. I think it was August of 2020, or no, maybe September of 2020. I can't remember. So it's kind of, COVID was still thick. I think the office was technically closed to the public at the time.
Oh, right.
Masking up and all that jazz.
Time.
Yeah.
I remember when we were moving. Yeah, we had virtual tours of houses, looking for a house, and I think I interviewed virtually. It was a different world, certainly then.
Yeah. I remember there was only about 10 people that worked in the office when it was closed, and I was one of them. And I remember meeting you, and you had your Vikings mask on.
That was the first time I saw him too, Vikings mask.
Yep, I got to pounce on that for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And how many Johnsons are there now at the co-op?
3.
At least.
Is there 3?
At least 3 total.
Okay.
Yeah. The big boss, Luke, their general manager, and then me and Bo. I thought there was maybe one more, but that's it.
We'll add some more. We'll get some more in there.
The Johnson's on the way.
Yeah. And so what does a typical day look like for you at work?
Yeah, so I work on kind of the business side mostly for Vibrant, but certainly residential as well. So if either I'm reaching out to a business or a business reaching out to us to figure out if they can get better service, better internet, phone, what they may need. So I'm out and about visiting businesses kind of in the area, South Haven, Painesville, Litchfield, wherever, and then taking calls, answering questions, putting together information, all that kind of stuff. So,
Awesome. And what is one of the your favorite things about your job?
Yeah, so whenever you introduce, I don't know if you guys experience this, whenever I say, well, I work in sales, people are like, oh, stay away from him kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sales gets a bad rap, but truthfully, what I see it as is more problem solving, getting to know people, especially at Vibrant. We're not into pressuring people into certain things like, hey, what do you have now? can you get better service? Can you get maybe a better deal? Can you get both? And what's a good fit for you? What is your household or your business? How do you use it?
Yeah.
So I like the problem solving aspect of it and trying to figure out what's best for people. I like I said, the vibrant atmosphere we're not, as a nonprofit co-op, we're not here to try to get grandma to sign up for the highest internet package that she doesn't need kind of thing. So it's fun to be in an atmosphere where you don't have to feel compromised about helping people. So
Yeah. And when you're not working, what are some of your favorite hobbies?
Yeah, well, like I said, with the two kids about 2 years old and younger, that takes up 99% of my time when I'm outside of work, and I love it. Me and my wife Abby couldn't love it more. But besides that, sports, getting outside, playing sports, watching movies. I'm a big movie guy.
Yeah.
Music, going to concerts, stuff like that.
You love reading books.
I do. I like read the occasion. I don't have much time anymore for books. I'm into more audiobooks now. If I'm like rocking one of the kids to sleep or doing
I was mentioning like Mabel always loving to read books.
Children's
into kids' books, yeah.
Kids TV and kids books. Dora the Explorer, Sesame Street, all this stuff.
Swiper, no swiping.
My hobby right now, I guess. So.
Yeah. I love that.
So now we'll move on to Jane.
Woohoo.
Jane, why don't you give us a little background on yourself, kind of where you grew up and how you ended up in Litchfield?
Sure. So I grew up in St. Paul and went to Hill Murray High School. My father was a custodian there, and I grew up just wanting to be a pioneer, and I had a really good time there. And then after, I went to Mankato State and graduated there with a degree in marketing and management, and then met my first husband, Mark Erickson, there. And then we ended up getting married. And then I worked at Mall of America for a long time in sales.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yep. And then ended up going to Mahnomen, Minnesota, and he was a deputy up there.
That's way up there.
Way up there. And then he was a canine handler up there. And so then we ended up moving to Litchfield in 2003. Hannah, my first daughter, was a year old at that time. And then I had a position at BI Worldwide in Eden Valley as a manager. And then 5 years ago, I became part of the co-op. So that's my background. Interesting, my mom grew up in a small town around here called Svea, Minnesota. And and so we grew, I grew up driving through Litchfield.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's a fun.
So you're not
town.
a farm girl, but you've been out farm country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I'll say my wife's family's from Wilmer, and they have a place on Green Lake. So before we moved to Litchfield, we drive through Litchfield heading to Spicer all the time.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's cool to know the town ahead of time. So it's cool you have the same kind of thing. And you have another daughter.
Yep. Well, so Mark ended up passing away, and I'm married to Todd Wagner now. And so Mark and I have two children together. Hannah just graduated college, UMD, and she's having some fun in Eau Claire this summer with her internship at the Express. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Lauren just graduated Litchfield High School last year, and she completed her first year at St. Ben's University going into the nursing program. So,
Great.
I'm not as busy as you anymore, which is a good thing.
You're kind of more freedom now. You got your life back a little
What
bit.
was your maiden name?
Swenson.
Oh,
Well,
all right.
actually, my mom's name was Swenson. Mine was
Okay.
Baisley. So,
Okay.
but there's a bunch of Swensons, and we do still have family in the area. In fact, we came through Grove City a lot because that's where we would have our family reunions.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think you mentioned how long you've been with the co-op. What does your typical workday look like at the co-op? And
So typical workday, I don't think we really have one. I think it's kind of all over the board.
Sure.
But our typical, basically the goal is to get somebody to sign up for Vibrant and phone service and stuff. But how you explained it perfectly was great. We don't pressure you. We just make sure we talk you through, make sure you're getting the right package for you, and if it's a fit for you to have our internet even. So typical day is just, like I said, asking questions about the speed and what we offer, and a lot of questions come from, when can I get the service? What's the process to get the service? What do I need to do? That kind of thing.
Sure. What is your favorite thing about the job?
My favorite thing, I love meeting new people and just having that relationship with them and running into them in the area when we're out and about,
Sure.
or they're coming to the
I like
co-op
that too,
to meet.
yeah.
Yep. And what I really love is that we provide quality internet with some top-notch customer service. So it's a real easy sale, basically, for me. And we are a friendly internet company, and that's what I really
There ain't no
about us.
Comcast here.
No,
Yes.
locally based, locally employed, and all
The
that.
friendly
stuff.
internet.
Yep, the friendly
Yes.
internet.
There you go.
All right. So quickly, what are some of your hobbies then, too? And you're not working, and you're not.
Sure.
You got your freedom back. Your kids are a little older.
Yeah, so I love gardening. Not necessarily the weeding part of it,
Yeah.
but I love gardening. I have a huge vegetable garden and a huge perennial garden, and so I'm in the process of weeding that right now. And I love canning the vegetables, so we'll do salsa and tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce and tomato juice, that kind of stuff. Anything outside, walking, biking, hiking, spending time with my family, and I have some really good friends that we hang out with, and I enjoy all of that.
Well, better you than me, because I am not the gardening person.
Yeah.
No.
So,
You don't even like eating the gardening stuff.
that's you grow potatoes. I mean, on those, that's about it.
I align more with her. I don't have probably as big a garden, but it's a little raised garden and a few raspberry plants, strawberry plants. I take care of them.
I love
And
raspberries.
I know I do too. Good stuff. Yeah.
All right, Bo, you're up.
Bobo.
So tell us about yourself.
All right. Well, I grew up locally in Cokato and in Dassel, so I went to Dassel-Cokato High School. Then went to.
Boo.
Oh, come
Just
on.
kidding. I have no allegiance. Really.
We have.
Can you sing the Charger fire rouser?
I probably can. But I don't think you want me to.
Oh, okay.
We'll let a few other people that went to DC do that.
Okay.
We got
All right.
Melissa. We got a few other people at the co-op that went to DC. Some
Okay.
alumni.
All right.
Then went to college in St. Paul at Bethel University, and then have worked locally. A lot of people know me from the Verizon store in town. So I worked there for about 7 years. So like Nathan, mobile industry, and one of my customers was Steve Kosbab, who works at the co-op, and
Sure.
he came to me one day. We always chat while he was in the store, and he said, "I have a job offering for you, but it's going to be in a year." And so I'm like, okay, so that's a pretty cool opportunity. And then like almost a year later to the day, he comes back, he's like, that job's ready to go. So that
about
was
that?
my introduction into the co-op
Way to
and
go,
the Vibrant.
Steve. Yeah.
Yep, gotta love Steve. So yeah, and I would always, when I worked there, I'd always recommend Vibrant to people. I'm like, well, if we don't have internet, I know Vibrant's an awesome option, and now I get to sell that every day. So yeah, it's been a fun transition. I've been there for about going on 4 years now. Nathan and I started around the same time. So it's been a fun change. My commute changed about 30 seconds, but it's doable. It's manageable.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
He's forgetting something.
I know.
important, right?
So there's some
what
exciting
else?
news coming up. What is it?
About your life.
Yes. I got engaged at the end of December.
She finally asked you.
Yeah, right. You know what? I held the surprise pretty well.
Did you?
December 29th.
December 29th, and the wedding is June 29th. So it's coming up
Oh.
here pretty soon. I remember when we went on our first date, I told Jane about it, and Jane did a little cyber stalking.
I think the whole office did.
Jane did quite a bit. So
I got to approve of her.
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, and now Jane's coming to the wedding. So
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
we,
a lot.
we,
It's
we
been
chat. We tell both stories. It's fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you got to do that. You know.
So very, very excited for this new chapter, and that's been taking a lot of time, a lot of wedding planning, but it's been fun.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
All right. So what does your typical day look like?
Well, like you said, there's not a typical day, but mine does look a lot like Jane's. So we work mainly with residential customers, people coming into the office, calling in, asking about Vibrant, asking about streaming, home phone. A lot of it's just problem solving, figuring out what we can do to help out, how we can make people's lives easier, better, a little less expensive per month. So that's kind of a typical day for me.
And what's your favorite part of your job?
I'd say
Being around you.
Yes, besides being around these two, my favorite part of the job is meeting new people, customer interaction, and then I think one of my favorite parts is just making people's lives a little bit better, a little bit easier, and selling a product that I have full confidence in, that I use every day at work, at home, and that's my favorite part of the job, just having a product that I can stand behind.
And on a side note, us, we get along really well, and we complement each other.
Well, Jane and I do.
Yeah. We complement each other really well. And, Nathan has problem-solving skills, so we use that resource from him. And then there's just a lot of behind the scenes that we have a lot of questions and a lot of knowledge that someone doesn't have, so that we kind of just complement one another. And we do have a lot of fun at work.
We do.
But we get a lot done too.
Well, and one thing that I would say, just in my experience, is that the beauty of it for me, the customer, is you make it easy. It's not like
the goal.
dialing, Comcast or some,
whatever, and another,
and going through all that
It's not pulling
process.
teeth to get.
Yeah, it's like, here's what I want, and there's just, you can see the light bulb go on with you guys, and it's just like, well then come here.
Yeah.
And it's, you take their hand and take them right through it. That's beautiful.
Yeah, we hope it's a pretty bit different experience than working with some of the nationwide companies that aren't locally based. So we pride ourselves in that for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Bo, hobbies.
So when I'm not working, I love to be outside. So my fiance has a dog, so we've been doing a lot of dog park and going on a walk. We have to spell it out because we say walk. He does freak out quite a bit, especially dog parks. So I just love being outdoors. I'm big into sports. I love volleyball, basketball. I've gotten into disc golf over the last couple of years.
That's fun. Yeah.
So there's a lot of courses around here that I love to play. It's just kind of usually about a 3-mile hike when you're out, and then just love being with friends and family. It's been great with my fiance to get to know her family a little bit. They're in Indiana, so whenever we can, we get out there and visit them. And
So what are you doing tonight?
Tonight, I am actually going to the Timberwolves game.
You are.
I am.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. A little bit nervous, but it's about time.
I will say to Bo's credit, he watches when we're in the last few seasons when we're just dreadful. He still watches, so he's earned his spot.
In the last few seasons, try the last 30 years.
Yeah, he's been bad a long time.
20 since we made the playoffs.
He's paid his dues. He's not bandwagon. He's been a fan for a long time.
Yep,
so.
I've been watching since we've been starting Luke Ridenour and Alexei Sved. So it's a long time coming.
And you saw what the key phrase is now, that the Anthony Edwards exchange, along with the big guy from Subway. And you're going to bring yours to the Target Center tonight. That's good.
Right.
I'm glad to hear it.
So our typical day, we didn't mention events. We do a lot of events as well. So Jane, why don't you lead us off? Tell us about some of the upcoming events.
Sure. So if you're not doing anything, May 30th, come on out to Bedrock, which is located in South Haven. Anytime that we have a build, we try to get out and do a meet and greet with the public, basically. And we did that when we built Litchfield out. So it's very similar to that. So Bedrock is the bar and grill out there. And they have phenomenal pad thai out on Tuesday nights. Really? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's all homemade and fresh. It's awesome. Anyway, so we're going to be having an event at 4:30 from 4:30 to 6:30. Like I said, we're building out South Haven and then the French Lake Township as well. So come on out if you're curious about Vibrant, have some questions, want to meet us. We'll be handing out some door prizes and some Vibrant things.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we have our Vibrant Universities that we've had for a while now. We have our cybersecurity events. That's a little newer one about how to stay safe online and how to protect yourself from scams and hacks and stuff like that. The next one of those is June 5th at the Co-op office here in Litchfield. So if you're interested in that, also our Dreaming of Streaming class, where we teach people how to stream, why they would want to stream, that kind of thing. The next one's actually going to be in Painesville, and that's going to be June 19th at the Senior Center, or the Green Roof Area Center is also what it's known as. And then we have a Dreaming of Streaming back here in Litchfield in July 17th. So if you're interested in learning about streaming, those might be something you might want to catch. And then we also have cybersecurity events August 14th here in Litchfield, and then September 11th, that one will be in Painesville as well at the Senior Center. And these will all start at about 5:30. I shouldn't say about, they do start at 5:30. They usually run about an hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on how many people have questions and stuff. So it's just a free educational experience to either learn how to stay safe online, or if streaming is a good fit for you. There's no pressure. You don't have to sign up for service. You don't have to be a customer. It's completely free. It's education.
Yeah. Would you like to cut the cable?
Correct.
That is basically what because a lot of people are at a certain age where they're like, how would I do that?
Exactly.
And this is how you learn.
Yeah, there's not local stores that you can go and sign up for the service and someone will install it for you. A lot of it's DIY, kind of do it yourself. So we decided these classes, and they've been very popular. We usually get a pretty good turnout, and we've done them almost monthly for a long time now. So if you've been intimidated by it, you say, is it a good fit for you? It's a good place to come.
Well, the other thing, just pop by to the office too if the timeline doesn't work out. I just had a lady yesterday coming in, and she wanted to know how to work her Roku. She had actually won it at one of our events, and so I gave her the remote and walked her through how to do that and wrote the directions down and sent her on her way. And I said, come back if you have more questions. So
and you didn't see her back, so that answers that.
No,
that was just yesterday, so you never know.
Yeah. And then a couple other quick community events we have coming up. We are involved in the Parade of Bands in Litchfield. That's going to be in town here in Litchfield, June 11th. I know Shane, Jane, and Steve Cosfab are all involved in that event. And then Painesville Town and Country Days is June 12th. We're going to be there for family night. So if you want to bring family, bring your kids out to that event. We're going to be there. And then the following day, June 13th, we will also be at the Painesville Parade.
The Town and Country Days Parade.
There
you know it.
Yeah, and we'll be there. So we are also sponsoring the Chamber Golf event. That's Monday, June 24th. So if you're involved in that, you'll be seeing us there as well. And then we're also going to be at a couple nights for the American Legion Car and Bike Night, and that's July and August. Those are Thursday nights. So we're going to be at all of these events. So it's a busy summer for us. You'll be able to come out if you haven't met us. Come out to one of those events. We'd love to say hi and see your face out there.
They don't have to bring a wedding gift, do they?
I mean, they can.
Yeah, you'd never turn it down.
Yeah.
Hey, I got married a few years ago. I'll take wedding gifts as well.
Yeah, no kidding. I got married 48 years ago. I'll take wedding gifts too.
So and we're also going to be a part of the Litchfield Parade and a handful of other community parades in the area. So you'll see us at those as well. So if you missed part of today's show, you want to kind of get to know the sales team at Vibrant, the people you're going to talk to if you call in to ask Vibrant questions. Check us out. We do post these radio shows on Facebook and YouTube. You can just search Vibrant Broadband. As always, listen live on KLFD on Wednesdays at 10:30. And if you have questions, like we talked about, we're not into pressuring people. We love answering questions, problem solving. Give us a call, 693-3231, or visit our website, vibrantbroadband.com. Thanks, Woody, for always having us, being a gracious host.
No, I love it. I look forward to it. So,
Thanks, KLFD, of course, for hosting us on the radio each week. My name's Nathan.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Bo.
And tune in next Wednesday for another Vibrant U Live.
Very good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Brilliant speed with Vibrant service. Vibrant Broadband Internet. Vibrant Broadband Internet.